All right, here we go.
That's cool.
I love that.
That was cool.
That was great. Hey, Oz is not here tonight, but he created that new intro for us. And he says he wished he could be here, but he's taken a little bit of a vacay from Toy Frenzy, and he made that intro, which is really cool. Thank you, Oz.
Yeah. It was supposed to start automatically. That's why we were all sitting there staring at the camera.
I like that the way we did it was a little bit more like
us.
Like us. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Old guys pushing buttons.
That's right.
Beep, boop, boop. All
hey,
right.
Wait, was that supposed to happen?
Get off my lawn. Well, let's see who's. Well, first, guys, how are you?
All right, and you?
Good.
Doing good.
You guys do it when I'm not here. I mean, she's, it's like a thing.
It's a thing.
The intro, like, I don't know what it reminds me of specifically, but I feel like I watched a lot of late night shows in the 90s that had some kind of intro like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the intro, Oz, just to add to the compliments, the intro is really kind of, 80s late night, but also like, in the early days of alternative rock and punk, the late night show where you could watch those music videos. Let's watch it again. Let's do it again. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Is that Oz laughing?
I have no idea.
I don't know. We'll have to ask him.
Well, it's very cool. And let's do it again. No, I'm just kidding.
One more time.
That's just the entire show.
That's the entire show. So Oz,
every 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oz, huge thank you to you for doing that. Very cool. I'm glad you're using your vacay productively, and I hope you're doing all right. And Sean's not here either. He said he would think about it for tonight, but we'll see. I sent him the link. We'll see if he pops in. He likes to surprise us when he shows up.
Yeah.
Kind of like you did last week, Bobby.
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah.
That was something. Let's see who's in the comments. Let's go through this.
Sure.
We got Captain Spaulding here.
Hey. New.
Yeah, new. Welcome, Sid Haig. Right on. Sid Haig is from where I'm from, and he's Armenian, so I have an affinity for the guy. Right. And Master Versal Toy Hunter Eldor is here. Great to see you. Well, let's go back to Captain Spaulding. Plus, it's a reference to the Marx Brothers, and
of course,
we all love the Marx Brothers.
Yep, we got Groucho right there.
Yeah, there he is, the king. Vine Jungle Figure Factory, great to see you here. Hey, everybody should go check out his stuff. Go check out Eldor Master Versal Toy Hunter stuff too. Mm-hmm. Man, these guys are making some amazing stuff. Awesome stuff. Cobweb Collectors here, and you got to check his toy review videos. They're amazing. He posted a picture of when he opened up his Eternia playset. He took everything out of the box and put himself in it. Like he fits inside the box. Yeah, it was amazing. It's a huge box. I'm looking at it right now. Bobby, did you get yours yet?
No, it's supposed to be delivered tomorrow.
Wow. Adam, did you get one of those?
At the other place.
I did not. No.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I thought about it really hard, but then I was like, oh, it's just a lot of money, and I don't know. Which is fine. There's nowhere to put it if I had
Right.
one. So
Well, you got Grayskull now. So.
I got Grayskull.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my white whale.
Yeah.
That makes up for it in massive ways. That Grayskull and the classics Grayskull and the classic Snake Mountain are miraculous creations. So yeah, I was not gonna do it either, but then we figured out a deal with the big trade with Pedro, and he was willing to do it for that Fright Zone, so it worked out. I haven't opened it. What was that?
Did you vote for him? I know that's a bad joke.
I get it. I get it. Oh man, I've been thinking about
that reference.
I've been thinking about that movie a lot lately. Actually,
yeah,
Napoleon Dynamite. It's great.
Yeah, it
is great. We made our son watch it, but he was not impressed. Like it did not translate to him.
Oh,
it's like me with my son when I showed him Blazing Saddles. He was like, yeah it's okay. Yeah. I'm like, holy shit. I remember when first I saw it, I almost pissed my pants,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's just it's different age now. They have different humor. Definitely different.
Yeah, humor. It's true. I mean, that's why I was terrified of showing our girls Young Frankenstein, but I feel like I won the lottery with that one, that they enjoyed it. But it's kind of a special movie, Young Frankenstein.
It is. Yeah.
It hits all the right notes,
Yeah.
Well, especially if you're a big fan of the Universal Monsters and you get all the references that they show in there. You know what I mean? That makes it even better.
Absolutely.
My son does like UHF though, which made
really?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
You lucked out with that. That's great.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Oh, there we go. All right. Now we've got I want to watch
that hat, by the way, Skelly.
I had to cover it. My hair was getting really. My hair is really big today.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Came home from work, and my hair is like. I don't like to talk about my hair. All right. Well, Eldor, we already said hello. John, figuratively speaking, great to see you here. And Aaron, great to see you as usual. Thanos Copter, been here from the beginning. Awesome to see you. Ace, great to see you here. Awesome. And scrolling through. Oh, Hylian Dread is here. Great to see you, Hylian. And everybody's saying hello to each other, right? Ace is commenting like the Skeletor laugh. I mean, amazing, right? That's very cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
you picked a cool name to have as yours.
Skelevator.
Yeah.
I got lucky. Actually, our youngest came up with that.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds like elevator too, which so it sounds has a like familiarity.
Well, they have that. That's in the Groovy Ghoulies cartoon.
Yeah,
it's the Skelevator.
That's
where they use the skeleton instead of an elevator. Nice. It's a skeleton.
Now, when you reminded me of that, it was like, what? Of course, like that. And what a great coincidence, because I hadn't thought about that since I was a kid.
Right.
All right. All Music Fan 88. Great to see you here. Nolan, great to see you. HP Brown Sauce Craft, always great to see you here. And we got Ray here. Ray's here. Always good to see you. I keep saying that. Oh, look at this is great news and appropriate for today's subject. Mondo Beastman ship. That's so cool. I can't wait to see people get that. As you know, that's a toy crush that like is just for me is just insane.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I get to see it in person one of these days. Like I'm trying to see if any people in the valley have gotten it. I know some toy collectors here in Central California. But I'll find somebody that has it. I just want to hold it like this.
Your woof woof.
Yeah. Kiss it goodnight. All right. Scrolling through. There's a lot of people in the commenting right now.
Let's go.
Hylian, Ace, All Music Fan, Oh, we got JMac77. Great to see you here. Ronald Embry, as usual.
Yep.
Yeah. Ronald. Let's see. Oh, we got Alpha Inflict. Great to see you.
Hey.
Allison Troy. Hey. That's all I keep saying. Great to see you here. Well, what I don't know what I'm saying, but saying something. I like that you're saying "hey" because that's simple.
It's stupid.
It's great. What are you talking about? All right, we've said hello to everybody that's here right now, and when new people pop in, we'll try and say hello to them. I'm excited about. What was that?
No, go ahead. You were saying exactly the same thing I was saying, so go ahead.
Oh, you're excited about today too?
Yeah.
Well, before we get into how excited we are about today's theme.
What is it again?
Beasts.
Oh, I thought it was breasts. I'm not going to be on this show. I mean,
I was the old bait and switch.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to talk about beasts. I thought we were talking about breasts.
Yes, yeah.
See,
breasts.
I spelled it. I read it wrong.
That's so funny.
I had this whole thing, but now I got to think of something to say now.
You know, beasts have breasts too. So we're an inclusive program. What are you guys excited about? What are you thinking about? What are you excited about? Anything on at the forefront of your noggins?
I got one. So last week I talked about the mom and pop shop and the tertiary characters. So I went back and got another tertiary character. So I got Blast Attack.
Oh, nice.
So
tertiary
wasn't much money. So yeah, not my favorite. I mean, I've never been a huge Blast Attack fan, but as Blast Attack goes, this is a very nice version of him.
Yeah,
I
like the vintage, but
yeah.
Aaron, come back. We're not talking about breasts. We're talking about beasts.
No, I was duped. I
kind of like Blast Attack. I mean, I've grown
to like
your
weirdo
Blast
stuff.
Attack. Yeah. He reminds me of TikTok. Wait, is that his name? TikTok in Return to Oz?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That creepy Wizard of Oz movie from the 80s. Yeah, he reminds me of that, and plus, you know, of all the characters in Revelation that people have mixed feelings about, I love the way he was briefly shown in Revelation. I thought that was hilarious, and it made sense. It's appropriate that this guy blows himself up, and of course that would backfire.
Right.
But yeah. So I'm glad you got him.
Yeah, he's the one evil warrior who would not be changed at all by Motherboard. He's already, he's already a techno figure.
Exactly. And
so you consider him an evil warrior then?
Well, I don't know. I'm probably gonna put him with the Snake Men. I mean, the comic was Snake Men, but he's all the other comics. He was the evil warriors. I don't know. Like, I guess in the back of my head, I think of him as evil warrior, but I'll probably just to beef up the Snake, but I'll put him up there.
So that's interesting. I didn't know that. I just assumed he was an evil warrior.
Yeah, the mini comics he's with the Snake Man, but I believe the cards said that he was an evil warrior, right? The backing cards.
Yep.
How interesting.
He's grouped there. I know in like the Marvel comics, I think he was evil warriors. In some of the U.S. Masters magazine, he was kind of with both. So, yeah.
That's cool. Bringing the knowledge. We got Speaking Moistly says the Wheelers in Return to Oz creep the F out of me. Yes, absolutely. With that laugh. If anybody has not watched Return to Oz, watch that movie. it's actually really, really good, and it's super creepy, and it's Disney, and it's right at the tail end of the one of my favorite eras of Disney. Black Cauldron, Something Wicked This Way Comes. What was the other one? Watcher in the Woods, and Return to Oz. All these sort of creepy Disney movies. Yeah, it's good. There's no blast attack in Return to Oz though, except for that TikTok guy. But
I wonder if they went creepy because like Jim Henson went kind of creepy at that point too.
Probably. I mean, there was probably. I mean, you watch
like Dark Crystal and Labyrinth and things.
I mean, you watch Black Cauldron, which I think came out after The Secret of Nim.
Yeah.
And The Secret of Nim was heavy. I mean, that was dark.
Great, I love Secret of Nim.
It's an amazing movie, and it's heavy and it's dark. And then the villain in Secret of Nim not Secret of Nim in Black Cauldron reminds me of like an amalgam between the big bad in Time Bandits and Skeletor, and so there I feel like everybody was sort of piggybacking off of each other, and the 80s were, despite all the fluorescent clothing, the 80s were a pretty dark time.
We should do an episode about Time Bandits.
Yeah, that's definitely
rewatch that one.
It's so good. I rewatched it a couple years back, and it's such an amazing movie.
Yeah, it is.
I was listening to an interview with Terry Gilliam, who directed that movie. Wait, did he direct it? Yeah, he directed that movie.
Yeah, Monty Python. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was talking about how that one just that movie is special. It appeals to children. It appeals to adults. He just hit the mark on that. And
it's wild. It's a wild concept too.
Weird.
I mean, they wouldn't make a movie like that? No, I don't think.
No one would.
No one would take a chance on that today. Yeah, they wouldn't take a chance on it.
Absolutely. Ace is mentioning the Halloween tree, and that's so true. And you know what? Aaron, who is watching, he actually sent me a copy of the Halloween tree. So, Aaron, thanks a lot. But yes,
the movie,
the Halloween tree. Yeah, the Halloween tree. Yeah, okay. Ray Bradbury.
I have the book. Yeah,
nice. What did Aaron say here? Did you see the original ending for what? Yes, that alien was freaking weird. Yeah, definitely. Everybody should look that up on YouTube. The alternative ending, Watcher in the Woods. And the Never-Ending Story too.
Yeah,
they were. I mean, just Never-Ending Story was gut-wrenching. I mean,
it was dark too at the end. And you talk about nothing and
the
darkness,
nothing,
and death, and just like holy crap.
Existential dilemmas.
Yeah, I mean everybody's dead at the end, basically.
Yeah.
Until they change again.
Yeah. It's a metaphor for the jobs that we would have as adults.
Yeah.
The never-ending story. So it's predicting this is what you have to look forward to, kids.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what are we excited about? We got sidetracked. Did we? Yeah,
well, Adam talked.
Oh, right. Yeah, Blast Attack.
Blast Attack. Yes. Bobby, how about you? Anything you're excited about?
No, not really. Nothing upcoming or nothing like that. I just got to get my hands on a Trapjaw, but other than that,
the Masterverse one.
Yeah, the Masterverse one. I'll probably get the Origins Filmation one too. I know it. Yeah.
Did you see the?
Go ahead.
Sorry. Did you see the Origins Filmation Merman that was just leaked out?
Absolutely, that is where I'm going with what I'm excited about. Oh, God, like what? just when was it just last week I was complaining like, where's all the mermen? Where's the Masterverse?
Two things we talked about last week, and they popped up this week.
Last week we talked about that we need a two bad that is Tuvar and Badra, and you can put them together and make two bad. And guess what's going to be a con exclusive? At least that's the rumor, right?
Yeah.
And then the leaked photos of Merman. I was really feeling the lull. I was really kind of like, it's coming to a close. I was kind of happy about that too. Like, it's okay, good. I don't have to worry about setting aside a certain number of dollars every month to potentially get something for myself. And then Merman, I could maybe survive without the too bad con exclusive set. But I don't want to. I want to hold that in my hands. I want to have that experience. But that Merman is phenomenal.
Yeah, he does look good. I was kind of impressed with his face sculpt.
Yeah.
They gave him that classic surprised look from Filmation, which people have been comparing him to the Super 7 sort of vintage style Filmation version, not the beautiful classics style version, but the squat one. I saw some people comparing them, and I honestly, this is a Merman we've never had before, and I'm really excited. It's a facial expression that's totally unique to the cartoon.
Yep.
Yeah.
It actually, just seeing the image, I think it gives the Super 7. This is blasphemous for me to say. The Super 7 Filmation Merman a run for its money, because that Merman is one of my. It's an amazing figure, right?
It is, yeah.
But now we get this other weird face.
This one's tough to beat, though, man. Come on.
It really is.
That is a beautiful figure.
He is a beautiful figure. What am I talking about? That's the most beautiful figure that
I know
has ever been made from Masters of the Universe.
I think the Club Grayskull version, that's like a perfect version of like the Filmation model sheet for Merman.
Yes.
This one looks more like certain expressions he has in the show where he's like surprised or something like that.
Yeah, makes it a very unique purchase. Like, this is the thing. Yeah. This is something that probably is gonna be hard to get, honestly.
Yeah, because I'm not too thrilled about the Skeletor. I'm not too thrilled about the Beastman, but the Merman was like, I was like, oh, they did good with this one.
Yeah.
The Beastman I just got in the mail.
Okay.
I remember how I was saying I would wait for them to show up in stores.
Yeah.
I broke down because they were never showing up in stores.
Right.
I pre-ordered the Trapjaw and I got the Beastman. It's okay, and seeing it in person, I feel seeing these cartoon Filmation style figures in person is much better than seeing images online. They're better in person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Toy Collector Magazine is here, and he asked a question. Where was it? Has the cartoon series shown up at retail? I've gone. I go once or twice a week to Target to run errands, and I always check. Nothing. I checked Walmart a couple weeks ago. Nothing.
Online says I looked at Trapjaw up yesterday, and everything says it's pre-order for that one. So I guess it's not released yet. But I saw people have them, but I don't know where they're getting them from.
Yeah, I don't either. I did. The only place I've seen a pre-order for Trapjaw online has been Big Bad Toy Store, and I guess Entertainment Earth has it too.
Probably, yeah.
But with Skeletor and Beastman, and Man at Arms and Tila, I know Tila was briefly on Amazon, and then disappeared pretty quickly. And I think Man at Arms, last time I checked, was still available.
Yeah.
He looks pretty good too. When I saw, I think it was Cobweb's review,
He
looks pretty good too.
Yeah, Cobweb's the one that had Trapjaw, I believe.
Yeah,
so he's had it for a while.
I don't know how that happens, but all the better for Cobweb.
Yeah.
But his review actually sold me on the cartoon Trapjaw. It's a successful figure, and plus you saw the review, so he has the shorter. You have the shorter option for the arm.
Oh yeah, which is the
to
first
match the
time
cartoon.
They've done that. Yeah,
it's the first time,
and that's how I would display them. Would be like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Just that strapped up gun, or whatever.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it's fantastic. So it's the first time we're getting the merman surprised face from the cartoon, which I have always loved. First time we're getting the authentic cartoon gun, and you can do it with the hook too, because I think there's a couple scenes where he has the short hook too.
Yeah, they're all short. Yeah, everything is short. It goes right into the shoulder socket.
That the Club Grayskull Filmation Trapjaw is beautiful too, but that was one of my main complaints. Was like the arm is not cartoon accurate, but everything else is. Let's see.
The Beastman that you've got, like my complaint with that one is the colors are totally wrong.
Yeah, he's washed out. He's washed out. I'm gonna do a little. Yeah, the Beastman, the Super 7. No, it wasn't Super 7. It was Mattel. I think it was the last one.
Club Grayskull.
Club Grayskull. It was one of the first ones, right?
Yeah, that's right. One of the first ones.
This one you talk about?
Yes. Yeah. So if we compare, let's do a real quick.
Can we do that with that?
Yeah.
It's comparison time.
Yeah, it's comparison time. I hope
keep your friends out of this.
Copywritten. But yeah, the colors,
orange.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the cartoon pretty much every night when we're trying to go to sleep. It really works, by the way. The cartoon puts us right to sleep. But I love it. But it's so comforting. It's like a warm blanket,
Yeah.
And then just like. But the colors on the Club Grayskull figure are spot on. And this is even the face sculpt is not quite right.
Yeah, that's what got me with that one. I was like, because I was like excited. I was like, oh, they're putting out Filmation figures. I was like, this will be great. And then I started seeing them. I'm like, Don't like the Skeletor. I don't like the Beastman. And I was like, well, if I don't like those two, then what am I going to get them for?
The Skeletor is pretty nice, to be honest with you, in person.
Yeah. Is it
pretty great? Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to beat this one, though. That's like that coloring and the way it looks. It's just good. Something with that other one. I don't know.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
I hate those older ones because they got the bad ankles, so they fall.
I know. And Skeletor always looks like he's like a cat about to cough up a hairball.
Yeah.
He's got that crunch thing going on.
Yep.
So, this is another thing too. The V Friends, Thanos is saying he hasn't opened his V Friends Skeletor yet. That comes with some pretty cool accessories, like the Skeletor hand doing that is pretty awesome. But do you want to? For me, it's like, do I want to spend that just for that hand? Spend that money just for the hand? The colors on Beastman. It's kind of, when I have him standing next to the other Beastmen that I have, it's kind of nice to have a variation. To be honest.
Well, yeah, you don't want everything to bleed together, but
yeah.
But when you look at it as a single thing, you want it to be accurate too, though.
Yeah, for sure. I
know that bugs Adam to no end.
Yeah.
Right away. Every time I remember on Twitter when all this stuff was coming out, and he's like, "I like this, but man, that weapon just isn't the right color." Like, wow.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. Like a lot of the class, like the first Origins Beastman bugged me too because the armor was way too dark.
Yeah,
I didn't like the closed mouth. Just little things like that that'll get me.
Yeah, I didn't like the closed mouth.
Yeah, I don't like the closed mouth either. And it really bugged me too. It didn't stop me from being super excited seeing it on the shelf. Because from that first wave, seeing that first wave on the shelf, I was like, that was a really good feeling.
Yeah,
but Beastman's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I mean,
of course.
It's like Skeletor, Beastman, Merman, and then Trapjaw and Evil Lyn. It's like that for me.
Okay.
If the core villains, I know Bobby's got Evil Lyn and Trapjaw up higher.
Yeah, I got those in my top 2. Yeah.
Yeah, the core villains are always it for me, and if they can't hit a home run every single time, it is kind of frustrating. Every version for me, it needs to be spectacular. So Vine Jungle Figure Factory Beastman is the best. I'm pretty much in agreement with you.
I remember when I think it was when Wondar came out and Adam did a post on Twitter. He's like, "Yeah, but the weapons on this isn't the right color. It's the sword's too short or something." I'm like, "What's up with this guy?"
The weapons are brown. They're supposed to be kind of reddish.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, "Wow, really into that."
It's my brain like getting in my own way. It's just like I can't.
No, that's perfectly fine. I get it. I honestly get it.
I like that. I like, the more you know about the line, the more you know about the IP, and the more time you spend with the original versions of the character and the artwork that got them to that place.
Mm-hmm.
The more you just love the original versions. That I will always be deeply in love with the cross-sell art for Merman. And that, even as a kid, like, why don't we have that? And then finally we got him in classics, and he's just beautiful.
That's awesome.
That's what I want to see, something a cross between that and 2000X Merman in Masterverse New Eternia Merman. I said that last time.
Yeah, that would be good. That'd be really good.
That's the way to do it.
I guess for me, a lot of it does come down to color, because I seem to be more tolerant if they want to play with the sculpt a little bit, or add details, or makes. But if the color is wrong, then for whatever reason in my brain that trips something up.
No, that makes sense though.
Yeah.
I mean, you like, if you're a big Superman fan, you don't really want him to have kind of like a purplish outfit,
right? Yeah.
I mean, this is good. The Lords of Power Merman is the best. 2000X is good too. Yeah, I mean, great. Both are spectacular Merman.
Yeah. I love that. Like the PowerCon Lords of Power Merman. Even though I felt they didn't get the prototype color, I love the color anyway, because it's an exact 100% match of the cross-sell art color.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful figure.
Yeah, I that's the one. Like, I kind of wish that I'm glad that they released the Lords of Power Beastman and Merman retail release, but they're still not quite right. And I keep seeing images of the Lords of Power Beastman and Merman that came out in that exclusive 4-pack, and I just, every time I see him, I drool.
Yeah. I had an opportunity to get it, and I just didn't want to spend the money at the time, but now I wish I would have.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It is a good one, and the colors on that Beastman, even though it's a totally different sculpt, but the colors are perfect vintage Beastman colors.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I wanted that Man at Arms.
Yeah.
He's the best Man at Arms, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
The best Man at Arms.
Yeah, and I passed on it. I don't know.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I was buying so much shit at that time. It's like, I didn't want to spend another, couple hundred.
There's and the packaging is remarkable.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, good stuff. I'm excited about the Merman. That's what I'm excited this week about, and I'm also very excited to get into my Eternia playset that's staring at me from over there. But I gotta figure out. I still have to figure out the right way to do this. I want to do a video. I don't want it to be. I've seen a couple of videos since last week of people going through their Eternia playsets, and I'll do something special with this on the channel and figure out a nice place for it. And and spend some time with it. So I'm waiting for the right moment. I do have King Grayskull right here. I haven't opened him yet, but I'm close to.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah. This is. I haven't opened it yet, but I'm excited. I'm excited about that figure. Even though I have no nostalgic attachment to it, I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody wants one, I'll sell it to you for $200.
Here you go.
The evil laughs begin. Ha 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 ha.
Just recoup half your cost right there.
Yeah,
just about.
I told our daughters, keep that Eternia playset in good shape, and when I pass, it might be worth something.
Yeah. Mine's going to stay in the box. So
that's smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Well, it's not for the resale. It's just to keep it.
Yeah. It's an object, right? Appreciate the object the way you want to appreciate it, and having it in the box sealed kind of feels amazing. It looks it's a gorgeous box. It's putting it on a shelf and just having it there. I mean, they're going to be a conversation piece whether it's open or not.
Yeah.
And this is good. This is good, Alf. I saw Alf's full setup, which was cool to see, and he said, "Dude, putting the stickers on my Eternia totally took me back to the '80s childhood."
Yeah, see, I would screw that up.
I'm worried about that. I've said before, I have a hard time with my hands get a little shaky, and I have a hard time with detailed stuff. So
I had to do that when I worked at Toys R Us, and I was putting stickers on, those big riding cars for girls and stuff, like Barbie stuff. And I would have to take the stickers and I put it on wrong. I'm like, oh, I just ruined this car for this girl now. I mean, it's because I got like a little bubble in it or something. Like I can't smooth that out.
Do you remember trying to do the Castle Grayskull flag sticker, trying to line that thing up?
Yeah,
almost impossible.
Yeah, well, and I was only 10, at the time too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, rough nightmares. The stuff nightmares are made out of.
Yeah, right.
And I think we're all kind of detail oriented too. So just the fact that just the idea of those stickers going on kind of wonky, it just gives me the anxiety.
And they're really sticky too. So once you put them on, that's it. You can't oh, I messed up, and I peel it and put it back, and it's like.
I remember doing that. I don't know if it was with my Grayskull. It was with something when I was a kid, but I do have a memory of messing up the sticker, trying to peel it off, and then the top. You know how sometimes
the layers.
It probably was. You know how the layers separate?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it left the white, the white fibrous part of the paper on there when I peeled it off. And so I got some glue, white, Elmer's glue, and I put it on there, and it's what a nightmare.
Yep.
It does come with some extra Masters of the Universe stickers, which is really exciting.
Oh, okay,
that's cool.
So there's some extra, just little various sizes. I think 2 different sizes of the Masters of the Universe logo.
Yeah.
And there's 10 of them or something like that. It's pretty cool. Pretty neat. I know, Adam, we have you for 2 hours tonight, which means we have you for an hour and a half, or a little bit less than an hour and a half more. So maybe we should jump into Beasts by beginning with the Battle Ram report tonight, because you have a very special Battle Ram report set up for us that is on theme.
Yeah, this is the first time I've actually matched the theme of the show. So yeah, it should kick us off.
Luckily, I wasn't putting the Battle Ram report because I had some bad pictures up there.
I know your Battle Ram report would have been altogether totally different. All right, I'm going to hit the. Yeah, exactly. A whole different show.
Yeah.
Toy Frenzy After Hours.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get this up and ready to go.
All right, folks. Welcome to another edition of the Battle Ram Report, brought to you by Adam from the BattleRamBlog.com, the best Motu site on the planet. He brings the knowledge, and he'll smack you in the face with it. Here he is, Adam. Take it away.
All right. That was, I think, the best intro yet, Bobby. That was good. He brings the knowledge, and he'll smack you in the face with it. That's
folding
awesome.
chair of knowledge.
Well, I think of He-Man with in the Filmation where he walks up and he punches the screen. So that's
yes, I love it. That is perfect. That's perfect. All right.
So this is more of just kind of like a curiosity show. Like, here's some weird creatures that most people probably didn't encounter, or maybe encountered a few of them, but that probably almost certainly not all of them. So it's just kind of like, this is Eternia freak show. Like, what's up with these weird creatures?
Eternia freak show, everybody. All right.
So first we've got Clobber, Clawber, from the New Adventures of He-Man line. So this guy, he was actually in the cartoon briefly, like somebody gifted him to He-Man, but he was planned by Mattel as it looks kind of like the New Adventures version of Zor almost.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it looks like how he is in the cartoon too.
Yeah.
Yep.
But these are the only images, kind of toy wise, that I know of him. He's got. It looks like he's probably going to have an action feature where he'd have, grasping claws. I don't know if there's a button or how those would have worked, but kind of a cool looking figure. A lot more brighter and more colorful than a lot of the New Adventures figures were. They tended to have a lot of metallics.
Yeah, he looks like he might, because the New Adventures figures are a little bit smaller than the originals. He would have to be kind of small, right? He would have to be about maybe this big.
I would think so. Yeah.
If he's leaping off of He-Man's armband.
Yeah. So I wonder if he would have been like an accessory pack, because they did some like just some kind of lower priced accessories like backpacks and things for He-Man and Skeletor. I wonder if it was something like that.
Mm-hmm. I kind of love him.
Yeah, it is cool. Yeah.
What's the owl in Clash of the Titans?
Bubo.
Oh,
Bubo. Yeah, this is like it almost feels like it's inspired by Bubo.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah.
Mechanicals.
Yep. Mechanimals.
They have a replica of that you could have got, man. That thing is like, can you imagine having one of those?
Oh yeah, right? So cool. And we know this guy if you're collecting Origins, right?
Yep, he's featured in the box art. He's been called Custar in some art. This is a Mark Taylor concept that was never used, but also known as the Rhino Men. Like this would be like a race of sort of rhino centaur kind of creatures. He's pretty cool. It looks to me like he would probably like the top would kind of, you could charge him, and like the upper body would kind of be able to
I see. Yeah.
Lay down and charge.
Lean forward.
Yeah, like pivot forward.
He's like an animal version of Ram Man.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love this. I mean, I think rhinoceros, the animal, the rhinoceros, is one of the most interesting looking mammals on the planet, and to have a toy version, a fantasy version of that, it's like a centaur, but it's a rhinoceros, would be really cool. I hope that they get around to making this in some form.
Yeah, and when I look at this picture, I just see strength out of that character. He's strong.
Yeah, for sure. Chicken centaur.
Chicken centaur.
Ace, what is that abomination? That's cool.
With the colors, yeah, it does have a little bit of a chicken vibe. Maybe it should be colored differently.
It's probably gold. It just doesn't come off.
Right.
Yeah. Vine Jungle Figure Factory would love to see your custom version of that. That would be
definitely.
And Speaking Moistly saying, looks like a Mythic Legion figure. Could definitely be a Mythic Legion figure for sure.
Oh,
yeah. All right.
Yes, I said yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the hat's off.
Hot. That's getting hot. It's getting hot. Getting hot.
Getting hot. Getting real hot.
I love this, by the way. This is like right up my alley. Yeah.
He's a cool looking character, kind of like this ice giant monster from the German comics. It predates. I've seen him compared a little bit to Megator, even though he predates Megator. But it's kind of a common theme to have like a big giant green monster. It's not, it's very easy to independently come up. Two people to come up with something like that.
I like that he's got good hair. You know what I mean? Like,
he does.
Gotta admire this guy's. Gotta admire this guy's locks. I know. It's on my brain, literally.
Yeah, right.
No, I think this guy's very cool, and this era of comic book art too. I love the way the skin textures are handled. Like the scales are kind of, you see them in, when they're if there's an angle and there's a bit of a shadow, and the scales are like spots essentially. I mean, it's really cool looking. And you got the naked Stratos there that everybody loves.
Yep.
So these are just dragons. I mean, everybody loves dragons, but I don't know. I was kind of just thinking like, okay, what are some of the monsters that I remember? And a lot of the monsters that I really like and remember are in the Golden Books. So you'll see in this series, there's a lot of Golden Book monsters. So Secret of the Dragon's Egg, from the same story where you see Goatman. There's the mama dragon and baby dragon here in a couple of slides. But if you want to talk Eternian dragons, I mean, Filmation had a ton of them. Any fantasy property is going to have them.
So when they make the movie, there's got to be dragons in it, right? When and if they make the movie, there's got to be
at least Granomir or something.
Yeah, and there's got to be dragons. If they ignore the dragons, then you know that the person who wrote it is not a true fan.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's information a lot, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Ace is commenting on the artwork. Yes, the super saturated weird colors. Love that stuff. Creatures of Eternia subline would be friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
For sure.
That would be a good, that would be a really cool Mattel Creations crowdfund, like a set of a bunch of creatures of Eternia.
Yeah, right.
Including a Granomir, right? So that would be like the real, like the top.
The prize.
Like two Shadow Beasts, a Granomir, and like a bunch of others. And it's like this box set with a bit of a landscape play set aspect that you could have them all standing there. Yeah. Or a cave. Man. Anyways. I love these guys.
Yeah. We've got the so these are from New Adventures. There's the ones on the right, they're Gleons, and the ones on the left are they're Galactamites. They're called the Galactamites from the source that these came from. In the show, they actually showed up that they're called the Mites. So basically, they're kind of minifigures. They remind me I don't remember what they're called, like those mini beast figures that you got in the 80s with the color change things on their chests.
They
had like the water, fire, wood kind of air theme.
Yeah, I think I remember
forget,
something like that. Yeah.
So these would have been like, I think probably along those lines, little minifigures again that would have come with New Adventures, but were never released.
Right.
Yeah, they're cute.
Yeah.
The weapons look like they came with like Rotar and Twistoid or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we all know this guy.
Yeah. Jigor. So this guy, he's kind of become a little more famous by now, just based on the fact that he was released in the classics line, and the photos of him have been circulating around, based on the Big Jim Gorilla, kind of a kit bash by Roger Sweet. I believe, like some of his other prototypes that he's done, the armor on this was made of, like, he did get these these super thin wax sheets, and just kind of X-Acto knife them into the shapes he wanted, and kind of lay them over
it's cool.
the figure.
I love the glossy black armor on the yellow and green ape. It's the Jigor Classics version. I feel like it's a beautiful figure, but it doesn't quite accomplish what this version of Jigor accomplishes, in my opinion.
Yeah, this one reminds me a little bit of like the outfit that General Zod had. That's that glossy black.
Yes,
yeah,
totally.
The colors are weird for sure.
I love I love these, like green and yellow.
Yeah.
Come on, that's beautiful.
This one's another weird one from New Adventures. I think this was Magic Boy, Italian comic series. So the Dragon Toad.
Amazing.
Fiery toad ridden by Skeletor.
I love that he's green. He's green on the cover, and then red in the comic. Classic, like, comic book color choices.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
One artist did the cover, one did the internal, and then changed it up. Yeah.
I think the same art basically got republished from German comics into Italian. I don't know where this came first. Was it Italian or German, or even where there's some UK, where the UK comics where this showed up, but or like UK magazine. But anyway, weird beast.
Well, I mean, his belly is on fire.
Yeah.
That is so. What an odd concept. And he's red.
He ate something.
And I don't speak Italian.
Yeah.
But if you zoom in on the fire version of him, it's clearly Skeletor. He's got Skeletor's staff, but Skeletor looks like he's a skeleton. Like he's got ribs and hip bones. I don't know what's going on in the story exactly, but
that is so fun. It's like he's all burnt too.
Yeah.
And another thing too, the frog's straight out of like My Neighbor Totoro. I mean, it's like,
yes,
he's smiling. He runs into the rock down there. Spunk. I mean, this is interesting.
So when you read it, do you like put it into do you type it into a translator and see what it says?
That's what I would do if I were going to read this. I have not read this one.
I was just curious if you did that or not.
Yeah, I've done that before. Basically, if I'm right, like there was a Megator comic that I did for that because it was in Italian, and I was writing about Megator, so it's time consuming to do it that way.
Vine Jungle Figure Factory, love this. I love that the people who watch the show bring their knowledge to the chat too. Fire salamanders were very common mythical creatures. That's amazing. That's cool. Thank you for providing that. This is so cool too. This is the stuff of nightmares right here.
It is another Italian comic. It looks like a dune sandworm, except for he's got human teeth.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Black Attack.
Yeah. It reminds me of the trauma film Killer Condom, actually.
Really?
Oh, that's a bad.
It's horrible. Gotta love it. But the teeth. I don't know if you've ever seen those images of that fish with teeth online.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's
Yep.
like constructed out of different things, but or if it's actually a fish with teeth that look like human teeth. But that's what that reminds me of.
Yeah. Wow.
And look, they're flying into a asteroid cavern, just like in The Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
Yep.
And this
I bet you
giant,
that's where they probably got that from. Like,
Yeah.
like
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
giant
And
tooth worm.
These are obviously created by the writers of these stories. They're not from Mattel. Writers tended to have a lot of leeway to just create new monsters. They were supposed to use existing toys, but then they could add whatever they wanted to flesh it
Yeah.
Is that
I just-
Molar's pet?
Molar's pet. Exactly. That's good. Nice. Yeah, it's super weird. That's incredibly strange. I love this. The one on the left,
Yep.
like it's like a shadow beast, but it's like a lizard, it's like the moat monster, but in shadow beast form.
A little bit, yeah. Like Moat Monster, a creepy version of him with the shadow beast. So this is from Meteor Monsters and other golden. I sprinkled in a lot of Golden Book stories. So there's these meteors that cause this radiation and they transform these creatures. So you get the purple one, you get this big giant snake, but then later on in the story you get kind of a mutation where they're combined into a new monster, which I thought was
That's cool.
Yeah, I love the Golden Books. They're really good.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Look at how, I mean, Beastman. Whoa, Beastman looks in that image looks a lot like this version of Beastman, actually.
Yeah, he does a bit.
Except he's handsomer in the comic book, but
he's handsome.
Very handsome in the comic here. And then the snake on the snake is great too.
It's huge.
Yep.
And I don't know if you have the final page. Yeah, that's where they kind of combine into
Nice.
this one hybrid creature.
Great.
It's the Kraken. It's the Kraken.
He's cool looking.
He's really cool looking.
I like how they show the two together, and then you see that at the top it's him transformed.
Yep. Wow.
So
what New Jersey is
this is one of the probably the strangest Mark Taylor creation. He calls it Mocus. This is in one of the sketches series that was released. It looks like it's supposed to be giant to me, like it's this giant, huge creature, but it's got, feet, tentacly feet, and tentacles
slug
at the top.
feet.
Yeah,
and
slug feet.
He's wearing a very nice belt.
Yes.
It's like a belt with a cell phone on it. And that's really weird. What an odd choice.
It is. It's very goofy.
Yeah.
And holding a mace of some sort.
Yeah, it looks like the top of the whiplash weapon.
I like his name too, Mocus. It's very similar to mucus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gross. He could be in a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I think.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if this was maybe done in the 70s originally, just because it has that kind of vibe.
Yeah, this is after a late night, early morning drawing session. Yeah. Gecko and a sack of donations for goodwill fell into toxic waste.
Well, that's what I was thinking. It looked like,
Shoes.
little old lady in the shoe,
Yeah,
So it's like,
exactly. Oh my God, that's good. That's really good. What do you get when a gecko and a bag of donations for goodwill fall into a vat of toxic waste?
Yeah, right.
Mochas.
It's like a Toxic Avenger
Totally.
villain
Totally.
or something.
Yep.
So this one is not so obscure at all, but it's I think it's just kind of fun. It just shows that this was a year after Panther was released, but they were considering re-releasing the cats with actual articulation.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's cool, and that would have been very exciting.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And here we go.
Yeah.
Another golden. We got the Rock Warriors. I don't know about you guys. I always love like tree or rock creatures. Those. I'm a sucker for those.
Me too. And
trees are good. Yeah.
Trees, rock creatures, and very on point since we were just talking about the never-ending story.
Yeah. The limestone rock.
I love that character. I just want to go back to this comment. Hey, Mark, I need a monster based off of these 3 cowboy boots.
Totally.
Go to the local bar and find what they have inside those freaking stinky things, and then you'll come up with something. Someone spit in there. Oh, I'll make it look like a wiggly monster.
Yeah. Oh, and also Vine Jungle Figure Factory is saying that the Inhumanoids were kind of that, that kind of hit that note for us.
That's Adam's alley too.
I love those. I've got those. If I were doing like I was thought like when they were doing create a character contest, that's what I would have submitted is either a rock or a tree monster, which I'm sure wouldn't have won, but I would love to see more of that in Masters.
Yeah, I agree with Cobb too about the ice creatures. That's what I always loved the winter type stuff, and then any elemental fire creatures and stuff too.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Hyperdelic is asking Yetis. Well, if you stick around, we're going to talk a little bit about a Yeti later on.
But we're not Yeti there.
We're not. But dang, I'm laughing a lot tonight.
That's good. Should.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
That's just more of the Rock Warriors.
I mean, Buzz Off looks fantastic in this artwork.
Buzz Off looks fantastic.
That's the Buzz Off that I love. That's the Buzz Off. That's my Buzz Off right there.
Yeah, same. All of the golden books from like 82 to 84 are just beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Somebody online, I don't know if it was Allison. She had done some coloring based on this one recently. This butterfly demon.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is from the Sunbird Legacy. There's a ton of really cool creatures. So you have the butterfly demon is a butterfly that transforms on the right. You can see to this demon creature.
Yeah, that's so cool. Is this from the Sunbird?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's one of my favorites. I love that. Yeah. I love the artwork in that one.
Yep, it's good.
This too.
Yeah, we've got the Ice Dragon on the left, ridden by Evil Lyn against the Avions.
Beautiful.
Yep. There's a lava monster on the right. Tila fights.
Bobby, that's your next tattoo right there. Is that Ice Dragon with Evil Lyn riding it?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
You already have it planned out. You've already put a deposit at the tattoo parlor.
Yeah, I actually have it outlined already. I haven't shown it off yet.
All right. The drippy guy looks like he's like Winnie the Pooh's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, this is cool too. Yeah.
Panther Men. They're pretty awesome.
Those guys are cool. Yep.
And apparently based on Panther, since they're purple, right?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
And then there's a sand snake on the right.
Yeah.
This is all the same story, all Sunbird Legacy.
That's the movie I want to see, honestly.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
And then
this is there too.
I remember this guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the left is a swamp octopus again. From
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got love swamp octopuses.
Yeah.
I'm a big octopus. I love octopus, so it's anything
me too.
that's made out of that. It's awesome stuff.
Yeah.
And with that face is what really sells it. You know, it's like
he's like, yeah,
I've got you,
sons of bitch.
I'll show you. And then I love this guy too. On the right,
the glob. Yeah, it's a Ted Mayer design. I've seen some pretty good customs of this that somebody made. It was they basically took a leech figure, like a vintage leech, and then sculpted over it. Made the glob.
Wow.
Yeah, he's cool. I love that it's like that other shoe monster and the gecko in the Goodwill donation bag. He's got armor, and this guy has armor too. I mean, to put armor on these like goopy creatures is just a brilliant concept. Yeah. Vicious Meatball. This is like Meatball from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Yeah, so cool.
This is the Banshee from The Trap, another Golden Book. And it's really not there. It's an illusion created by Skeletor.
Yeah.
This is one of the first Golden Book stories that I read when I was a kid. So I remember this one really well.
Some people rag on it too.
The artwork on this one's a little less.
But the story concept too is.
Yeah.
They would rip on it.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I do too. That's a tattoo right there.
That is a tattoo. It's also the side of a van.
Yeah, right.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Like a jam band's van.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Now we're sounding like PJ Souls and Halloween.
Right on.
Totally.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this guy is cool. This is Tyroar by Ed Watts. Just a creature concept that was never used.
He looks like the skin texture. Again, I don't know what it is about skin texture tonight for me, but the skin texture is just really cool.
Yeah. The way he's done it, it reminds me a lot of Godzilla. Just sort of the bumps everywhere in the skin.
Yeah, he does. He looks very rubberish too.
Godzilla always reminded me of like a pile of like charcoal, like just a bunch of charcoal and torn up rubber. And so that reminds me of that for sure.
I love Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla is the best. And that's the last of your slides here, Adam.
Yeah. That was just that was as much time as I had. Just throw some weird pictures together.
That was great.
Yeah. But I thought that might jumpstart things.
It did. It does definitely, and it's a good way for us to transition into the beast discussion. Now, I did grab a bunch of images of some toys that are vintage. I tried to stay within the vintage realm, but toys that we would have encountered as young people that we would have encountered. Some venture into the later 80s, and some venture into the territory a little, before the 80s.
Yeah.
But and then they're not really in any particular order too, because I was like trying to find images, just having fun with it. So I've got these slides here, and I think these will just be good way for us to get started on talking about a few things. And I think I can kind of just touch on the first two slides here are obvious. I mean, for anybody watching this show, Battle Cat and Panther. I got one of your images here for Panther, Adam.
Yeah,
that's yours.
That's my actual Panther.
That's your actual Panther right there. Found online just by looking up Panther. Battle Ram blog pops up.
Yeah, a lot of times it does. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, I think we should, have a moment of appreciation for these, because even though they're static, they're not moving. I was deeply fascinated by them. Was it the saddle design? Was it the fact that Panther was purple and flocked? Was it the odd colors on Battle Cat? And it's very hard for me to identify exactly why these are so cool.
They are cool. I remember playing with my Battle Cat when I first got him. I got him the first year it came out, and I know it doesn't move, but I would pick him up. I pretend like he's on his hind legs and like attack and stuff, and it was just, you used your imagination more than articulation with that type of toy. But it was cool too, because you didn't really have toys much where they would ride on things and like for battle and stuff. You put He-Man on there and you just like, oh my God, this is so cool. And
yeah, you just went like this.
Yeah, just run through everybody. Yeah. Yeah. You did the Muppet dance.
Yeah.
The Muppet walk.
It helped that they were not articulated, because like you just said, they could run through everybody. They were like, these, I mean, honestly, I never had a Panther. I don't even think I had a Battle Cat, but I do remember my friend having these.
Yeah, my friend had the Panther. I had the Battle Cat. Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I remember holding Panther and just thinking, I got to be careful with this. Like it immediately felt very special to me.
Yeah. I know I have to get my photos, but I can't. They're at my parents' house, and it's a big story with that. But I know I got the He-Man Battle Cat set together. I'm almost positive that's how I got it.
Oh, nice. Good.
I wish I would have had it in the box still, but
But
yeah, that's because I know they wouldn't have gotten it. Those two separate for me for Christmas that year.
I think.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I've been trying to remember how I got Battle Cat, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think I also got it in a set because my original He-Man got destroyed by my brother. So my mom, to make it up for me, I think what she got me was the He-Man and Battle Cat together.
Yeah.
And that's how I got it. And I remember, like, for 5 seconds, I was disappointed that Battle Cat didn't have any moving parts. But then just how cool he looked. And I think I fixated mostly on his mask.
Me too.
What is that? Yeah.
What is it? So I want to pull up this comment here. Ace says the saddles have a Cronenberg feel to them. And that's very true. I mean, Cronenberg was just getting, Cronenberg wasn't as much in the public eye at this stage. But the fact that these are kind of like organic, there's like a body horror element to these. They're organic. They look like something familiar, but these horns are bursting out, and there's ribs shapes. They're very very much like the organic aspect of this is very cool. And as a kid, I wanted to know why Panther didn't have a helmet. But
he was supposed to.
Really?
Yeah, they had. You can see like in one of the Filmation series guide, they show a version of Panther with like a black saddle and black helmet.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
But for whatever reason, it got cut from the toy.
Yeah. Well, it also would cause the flocking to come off even more. Maybe that's part of the reason.
It's probably cheaper too, not to include the helmet.
Yeah.
I do want to notice a couple things here in the comments. Vine Jungle Figure Factory. Well, we are going to talk a little bit about Black Star in a little bit, so stick around for that. And Ace saying my life goal is to have an entrance gate with 2 massive stone panthers. Yes, nice. For sure. You're gonna have to paint them purple though, so people know that they're panther.
Yeah, right.
And Cobweb is saying, speaking moistly, was Tarzan's panther first? So I think people are talking about Big Jim.
Oh yeah.
And how the design was there was a tiger design toy in the Big Jim line that was this tiger, but it looks to me like Cobb is saying there was a Tarzan's panther that was first. So that's interesting.
So somebody originally, I'd written like a long time ago. I wrote my article about Battle Cat, and I think the source of information I was using was said at the time that the Black Panther, the Big Jim Black Panther came first. But the person who wrote that article reached out to me like a year ago and said, "Hey, I was wrong. You know, it was actually the tiger, Big Jim Tiger, that came first. He had his date wrong." And so that had influenced my article, which I think, you know, either people got it from his or mine, but it's from what he was saying was the tiger came first. I don't have the packaging. I'm sure if I could find it. I need to take a look. Like, okay, what's the date on the packaging for both? But according to what he said, the tiger came first.
Yeah. So what came first, the tiger or the chicken or the egg? I mean, but yeah, it's I love the idea of reusing stuff, whether, you know, whatever it was that came first. I love the idea that Mattel was reusing stuff that they already had, that they had lying around. I just love that so much.
But it worked though with this.
Yeah. Real quick, Ace was asking what the font was for the Beast title card. I found it in Canva, but it took me about 30 minutes to find a good font. It's deep in there. Just type in. I discovered if I type in Halloween style fonts, it gave me the coolest fonts, and this was one of them. I can't remember what it was called, like Harry or something like that. But anyways, yeah, Canva has it deep in their archive. The next one. Yeah, go ahead, Adam. Sorry.
Oh, just a couple of quick fun facts. I know there was pushback on Battle Cat's color. Somebody in marketing said green toys never sell. That was for whatever reason that's what they thought.
But they put 3 in the first line.
I know, yeah. It's full of green.
Merman and Man at Arms too.
Yeah.
And Castle Grayskull.
Yeah, definitely, right.
And Wind Raider.
Yep.
There's a lot of green. There's a lot of green. That's funny.
Yeah.
They were wrong.
I mean, let's obviously not sell green toys, but we'll put them in. Holy shit, they sold.
Wow. That's hilarious.
Yeah. And the first Battle Cat was very closely based. It was exactly the Big Jim tire pattern. That's the striped tail Battle Cat, which is very rare. But then after that, they simplified it a little bit, took off some of the stripes.
Yeah. Oh man, finding a striped tail Battle Cat in the wild would be amazing.
It would be. You never know. You might run through it and find it. Someone might not know they have a different type and just say, "Oh, this is the Master's Battle Cat."
It makes me think, maybe, you know, what if my friend's Battle Cat was that, you know?
Yeah. You never know. That's what I'm saying. We've all had these when. At least I know I had with my friends. We had them when it all first came out. So I mean, we had the early versions of everything.
Yeah. Well, we're going to step back in time a little bit to one of my favorite designed characters. The Beast Man from Flash Gordon, and still one of my top. It's at the top of my eBay, watching wish list. I have about 3 of them on there that I'm watching, hoping that they go down in price.
Yeah. How much is this one?
But this, one of these days, it's like $45. But one of these days,
it's not too bad.
It's not horribly expensive. It's just like one of these. It's like number one, I want him to look a little bit better than this.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're always going to wait for the best looking. See, I'm a stickler for paint. I would never buy that.
I'm okay.
It has to be perfect.
I'm okay if it looks like it's been played with, but this is way too. This is a lot of paint missing on this. Yeah, but it's very hard to find him in good shape, and when you do, he's pricier than that. I just keep thinking, do I want to spend $45 on a figure at this? But I'm gonna have to bite the bullet one of these days because it's one of my favorite figures of all time.
Well, I always look at it this way, collecting to me is vintage stuff.
Yeah.
And the older it is, the harder it's going to be. Some might be harder to find, all the
I agree.
They were made, but to me, it's cooler to go for stuff like that. I would pay the money for that compared to buying something new for $40.
Yeah,
and we spend $40 on shit without thinking about it. But when you look at an old toy, you're like, $40 really? But actually, it's cooler to buy that older thing. I think
I agree with you. And that's why it's stuck. It's why I keep going back and looking at it. One of these days, I'll bite the bullet.
Yeah,
I just keep waiting for I keep waiting for the right moment to strike. Is really what it's about.
There's something charming about the old Flash Gordon, both Flash Gordon and Clash of the Titans lines from Mattel.
Yeah,
just the very simple, kind of almost primitive.
Beautiful. Yeah, they're beautiful. It's like the Star Wars, the Star Wars action figures from the first 2 films have that quality. I mean. You're right. There's a very minimalist, wonky design to these, and
it's very hard to beat out that Hammerhead and Snaggletooth and Walrus Man. Those are just so iconic in my head. That it's hard to say that those suck at all.
Yeah.
I just can't. Yeah, I never had any of the Clash of the Titans figures, but I always wanted the Calabas one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too.
Charon too would be cool.
Yeah. That's the one I always want. And every time I go to a toy show, somebody's got the Kraken too from that line, which is always like $400 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course I had to include the Kraken because it's like. Yeah. There's 3 things in here that I keep talking about as being like grail pieces. This is even though this guy's fairly affordable, he's one of my grails. And then the Kraken is one, and then there's another one that I've talked about before that I had to include that I have in here too. But of course, Beastman, I wanted to show
the Mondo one.
I had to show the Mondo one just because I freaking love the way this guy looks. And then and then this, but to be 100% honest, the cross-sell art for Beastman, the original cross-sell art for Beastman is by far my absolute favorite version of this character.
Yeah, he's great.
This is beautiful. If I were to ever get a master's tattoo, I think this would be it. Much to the dismay of my wife, but this is the one I would get.
Oh, you're not allowed to have them? Any tattoos?
Oh, I have tattoos, but I think if I were to get another one, she would want to have a pretty heavy hand in deciding on what it would.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. Because she has to look at me. Like you don't want to. She doesn't want to look. She doesn't want to look at this guy's face. Yeah, Beastman. Like imagine that, like right here.
Yeah, right in the chest.
Yeah, I mean,
Wildor.
Yeah, Gwildor.
Get the ugliest thing you can find.
Yeah, Gwildor on my neck, right?
Yeah.
No, that Morok thing with the cowboy boots.
Oh yeah, totally.
That's the one.
I mean, this though. I mean, just like the Merman, the cross-sell art is just beautiful here. I mean, you can't
you gotta
really.
love all the cross-sell art.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, it is.
And then the Mondo one.
It got you excited for the figures that came out.
Yeah.
Very much so. Very much.
I know, like when I used to get the Star Wars and I had the card backs and I would cross off the figures, but that was just photos of the figure.
Yeah.
This was actual art, and it was like
art's so much better than the photo.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish we knew who did this. Like we know eventually William George did the cross-sell art, but he didn't do these first ones. So
okay.
We still don't know who did them.
But they're damn close if it's different artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And the difference between the cross-sell art on the back of Star Wars packaging or card backs, those little photographs, they got me excited, but not as excited as I got for the illustrated.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Art.
Yeah. Well, I know that the first 12 back for Star Wars was drawn, but that was all.
Yep.
Figures, I believe. So.
So I had to include Beastman. He's the beast of the beasts, in my opinion. But this is the other beast of the beasts.
Yeah, it's amazing.
He's beautiful, and he definitely has influenced so many things. I mean, we saw a little bit of him in the book, the Golden Books art that you were showing off, Adam.
Yeah.
But the toy, I just love this so
I remember
much.
seeing that at Sears, man. I walk into Sears and see that there.
Yeah. So cool. I just dream of one day having, some money in my pocket, seeing this in the store, and just taking the plunge. And
people
having that moment. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Speaking moistly, that's very cool.
Yeah.
I love this guy. He's like this is the ultimate beast, and this is the ultimate beast. It's are the arms on the? Does anybody know if the arms on the vintage toy? I know that they're articulated in the shoulder, but they look like they're like a rubbery plastic. Are they rubbery? Does anybody know?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's a good question.
Like a bendy type thing.
Well, maybe not bendy, but just like rubber, like firm rubber. They don't. I don't think they're bendy, but maybe rubber instead of plastic. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
know. Alf Inflict, the Great Garloo. Yeah, if you can find a Great Garloo for a reasonable price, get one. They are cool. And I think Jabba counts as a beast.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. I love this playset.
I didn't include the Rancor. I should have included the Rancor. That makes more sense.
Great.
But,
yeah, it is.
He's Rancor and Jabba. Like, and I should have included the Wampa. All right, so what we're talking about.
Right. Yeah.
I guess we can talk about Star Wars here. The Wampa. Should I get him out?
Yeah, get your Wampa. What's the snow monster that attacks Luke? Oh, that is the Wampa.
Yeah,
the Wampa. Yeah,
I had that. That's like one of the few Star Wars figures I had.
Yeah,
I have them all.
Yeah, he's an amazing figure.
I actually have the dewback in the original box too.
Nice. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
OG Wampa is amazing, and it's kind of like the face sculpt
is weird.
It's like it's very sort of Norwegian, like Norwegian troll or something.
Right. Yeah, that's what I would think. Yeah.
Or even like a jack-o'-lantern almost.
Yeah, jack-o'-lantern.
He's got this little nose that just pokes out,
He's got a little round nose. Look at that. Look at how cute that is. Much different than what we see in the film.
Right.
briefly in the original version, and then much different than what we see in when George Lucas added that extra little scene in there. But there was apparently a whole there was supposed to be like a, during the climactic moment on Hoth, when everybody's running through the little caverns and trying to get away from the Empire that's invading, there was apparently also this subplot in that moment where Wampas were also attacking the like crashing through the cavern walls and stuff, but it looked too cheap. They didn't use it. But I love Wampas.
Yeah.
And I love Jabba. Jabba's like
I remember getting that Jabba, and
yeah.
I thought it was so cool because he looked just like it how he does in the movie, and I was in love with that playset.
Yeah, it's an amazing playset. Okay, Ace says, can we have a list of characteristics that qualify something as a beast for this stream? Basically anything that's not human is kind of
non-humanoid. Yeah.
Non-humanoid. But I guess Beastman's humanoid. So I don't know.
But he's
no
king
rules.
of the beasts.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's king of the beasts. So no rules here. I could have put
because maybe we're getting into the realm of creatures as well.
Yeah. You know what? I did star this from a while back. I forgot about it. Sorry, Ace. Ace really wants to classify things here. What is everyone's definition of what constitutes a beast versus a monster versus a creature? That is an excellent question.
Well, a monster would be more villainous, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More, scarier.
Scarier.
Beasts are more animalistic to me.
Right.
And creatures are just, oddball stuff.
Yeah.
I mostly tried to pick animalistic beasts. But it depends on how you define it. Like Beastman could be a beast. There's, there's Battle Cat who's very animalistic, but he's also sentient. And in most versions, he can talk. So is he still a beast there? It's a little bit fuzzy.
Everyone is agreeing that beasts have to be hairy. Okay, well, we've got a lot of hairy beasts in here, but not all of them are hairy. So many apologies. So a giant snake is not a beast?
Could be a creature, I guess, right?
I guess it's a creature. Yeah. All right. So
we fucked this up.
Yeah, we messed it up we messed it up big time.
We should have gone with your idea, Bobby.
Yeah.
That's more streamlined.
It's more specific. All right. So look, Vine Jungle Figure Factory is saying no. A giant snake is a creature.
Yeah.
All right. So that's okay. Hey, that's all right, everybody. That's fine. And I'm totally cool with that. I just I'm not gonna get super. I'm not going to be too much of a stickler here, but I have this. I don't have it here, but I have a book of artwork of beasts going back to the Middle Ages, and there's all kinds of things in there. So I thought it was a free for all, but I understand that people have very, very particular ideas. So we'll continue with our free for all and hope that everybody's happy.
Snake, right?
Thanos is like, I'm more confused now than before we started clarifying. All right, well, I'm glad that we've created the most confusing episode of Toy Frenzy yet. Yeah, it's all right. What's life without a classification war? All right, so is this a beast? Is this a beast, or is this a creature, or is this something else? But I felt like this is a massively cool beast toy from Black Star. Yeah, and I could consider this a beast.
It is cool.
Thanos is happy. And Vine Jungle Figure Factory, it's a creature. All right, well, that's fine. So this creature is beautiful, and I think the fact that this is one of the most incredible looking toys from our era classifies it as worthy of this episode. How about that?
Warlock.
Yeah, Warlock. So Warlock was being asked for earlier, and we got Warlock here. Wait a minute. So if somebody was asking for Warlock earlier, and I think it might have been someone who's claiming that this is a creature, not a beast, how did you know we were going to be talking about creatures and not beasts, or vice versa, or all of it as the same thing? So that's there. We just found an interesting plot point to tonight's episode.
we'll just retitle it later, and then we'll be fine.
I'm going to leave it titled. And you know what? Why give anything a classification to begin with? Okay, so what are these?
Demons,
but I still think they count as little beasties. And
those two.
I had a green one not too long ago, and I sold it, which was dumb. I don't know why I did that.
But they're pretty common, the green ones.
Yeah,
the blue ones and the red ones, those are a little bit more rare.
I love these.
Yeah, me too.
Love these.
I think I got like 5 of them.
What are these?
Black Star demons.
Oh, Black Star demons.
Okay. Yeah.
It's actually in the cartoon too.
Yeah, that's true.
The gray one is or blue.
I like that they look like gremlins.
Yep.
And I like that they're little sinister eyes, and they're little. The sculpt is great. Thanos has a ton of them.
Yep. Yeah, I got 4 or 5, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came with the figure. Each figure, all the villains came with the demons. All the heroes came with the Trobbit.
That's right.
One of the Trobbits. Yeah.
That's right. So these are cool.
Yep.
And
Black Star is a cool toy line, the vintage one. I have a decent amount of them. I don't have them all, but I think I'm only missing 2 figures. But they're really cool. I like them.
Yeah, I love them.
I got pictures of them on my Instagram.
Everybody go back and look at those.
Yeah.
Next on the list. All right. People are going to get mad. I guess these are creatures.
Yeah.
But they're beasts too. We're all, but these Imperial dragons are so cool.
I love those. I've got the 2-headed one in purple.
Nice. Yeah. My daughter briefly, our oldest daughter got briefly into Imperials when she saw them. We went to a street, I guess, a street sale, and we happened upon some of them, and she got really intrigued by them. So the super weird sculpt for these still has an appeal.
Yeah, I like non-Imperials.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, what is? Oh, yeah. So then I had to include these two. Yeah. So the little creatures from Snake Mountain are from the illustration on the sticker turned into little sculpts for the Super 7 Snake Mountain. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Are these not beasts?
Creatures.
Are we not men? We are Devo.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right. This qualifies as a beast.
What the hell is that?
And
you guys are just drowning without me.
Oh.
We've got to define critters, creatures, and beasts. Critters and creatures are slang terms for basically the same thing, depending on where you're from. A beast typically denotes a creature of larger size.
All right. He looked it up and he joined us to help us out.
Thanks, Oz.
Thank you, Oz.
Welcome.
Oz has had to jump in and join us. Thank you for being here. The beast
We're talking
appears.
beasts and critters. I really couldn't meet. I mean,
Hey,
I
that
agree
could
with
go the
Bobby.
same
It would have
with,
been a much
breasts,
better
too.
show if we were talking about breasts. But
Well, I'm glad you were able to pop in. We are about to talk about one of the greatest beasts of all time, and this is definitely whether people in the chat believe this is believe we're talking about creatures or beasts or dragons or zombies. We've got this is definitely a beast. Okay.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the shadow.
It's
in
in the
his
name.
definitively a beast.
He is a beast.
I love Shadow Beasts.
Me too, and I love them in the Filmation cartoons.
Yes,
in particular.
me too.
The noise they make is crazy. I always wonder, like, how did they get the sound?
How did they do that? How did they do that?
Look at Randor. Look at that.
I know Randor's face so good.
He looks so wimpy, doesn't he? Right there.
Yeah. Randor's like, oh no,
get me out of this. He looks scared.
He looks like Shaggy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
He's
right.
Shaggy. He's pulling a Shaggy. And then this is great too.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah.
I can't run in these boots, but I'll be able to kick the shit out of you.
That's right. Randor looks like laundry. That's hilarious. So I love this image, but we gotta have a moment of appreciation for the classics.
I got one right over there.
Yeah. It was one of the best toys ever made in awesome. Classics. Period.
Yeah, really, he's gorgeous. I'm glad I finally was able to find him for a reasonable price. He doesn't have his club, but
I'll send you the club. I got one.
Oh, all right.
Maybe we'll see.
Don't steal your club from the one that you have.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I got to think about that.
Yeah, I got to think about it. So yeah, this should have been in a 3-pack. It was just by him? He was just by himself, right?
Yeah, just by himself. Because he's so big. Yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah, it'd be tough to do a 3-pack of that.
Yeah.
But I liked your guys' idea earlier tonight. I was listening while I was doing some stuff on the computer about doing like a Mattel Creations like crowdfund creatures pack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
I think that would be really cool. Like Granamir, some of the other dragons, some worms, and then Shadow Beast. You put Gygor in there.
What's that? What's that? Oh man, I should know this. But what's that fat guy in Filmation? That big weird.
Yeah,
Shigora.
Yeah, Shigora.
Oh yeah,
Shigora.
He would be cool, especially if he was rubbery.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That would be freaking phenomenal.
I'm terrible when it comes to names. After a while, if I don't remember it,
I can
brain
remember
just
either.
doesn't let me know it.
Here we go. King Kong toys make great Shadow Beasts. There's a lot of King toys, King Kong toys out right now with the new movie. Oh, here we go.
True.
This is another good one too.
Oh,
Tartarin.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, so we all know that's cool. I put this in here for you, Oz.
Gotta include some dinos.
Well, this is from Beast Wars Transformers.
Yep.
This is Megatron. I mean, come on, you can't. This is actually called a beast, but it's a dinosaur and it's a reptile. So again, back to what Oz was saying.
He's beast. He's just a freaking beast.
It's cool. Look at those eyes. I love those eyes.
Hot take. This is Thanos' favorite Megatron. He definitely was pretty beastly.
Yeah, that's cool. That makes sense. I don't collect Transformers, but this is a cool one. If I ever saw this in the wild, I think I'd be tempted.
This one, and they did a later version of this Megatron where he fused with like the original Megatron and became a dragon. I don't know how that works. I can't remember what they said in the show, but a freaking dragon Megatron is really cool too.
Yeah. All right, appreciation for Megatron. We've got to have Teddy Ruxpin.
You can't not have this beast. This guy was a beast of whatever tape you put in his back, man. Nothing like Teddy Ruxpin screaming Ozzy and Metallica.
Yeah, you put Kill 'Em All on his back and have a blast.
Right.
Yeah, this is,
It'd be great with some like early Norwegian black metal.
Yes, totally. His eyes start glowing red.
Yeah, so
just use him as a Halloween decoration, like put a little black cloak around him and set him outside singing Norwegian black metal. Everybody will think it's summoning Satan.
He might actually do that, and then blood might come out of those eyes. You never know. But yeah, Teddy Ruxpin is a beast for sure, right?
Sure.
And this, okay, so I forget who it was that was asking for Yetis. I think it was.
There we go.
I think it was. I'm gonna find out. I just have to scroll back.
We'll just leave this up for food for thought for a while. Teddy Ruxpin is scarier than Megatron.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Oh, it was Hyperdelic.
There we go.
Yetis.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of stuff on. He's got this obsession with He-Man and Yetis. It's pretty crazy. He's put out a lot of AI.
I've been checking out that Instagram feed. It's pretty good. I love that the relationship there that's building. It's fantastic. I think this is one of the coolest G.I. Joe sets ever.
Right.
I would love to have that Yeti.
Yeah, Yetis are cool. I like Yetis. I like the whole mythology about them.
Me too. And I can't help it.
It goes with, like I said earlier, I like the snow stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I still to this day feel that someone's gonna spot one of these days.
Yeah.
Sasquatch or a Yeti. I believe.
Oh, here we go.
And this is for you too, Oz, but also for me, one of my favorite. I think we can say safely that the Croc,
the Gimp,
Croc Master, although one of the strangest Cobra figures ever, one of my absolute favorites.
I love it.
Fiona was my first classified figure.
Yeah.
She came with that cool Croc Master accessory set.
That's right. And the vintage Fiona is very cool, just very simple. But I think I played more with the crocodile than I did with the Croc Master.
Be careful
always.
What you say there.
But talking back about the Big Jim stuff too, like there was a Big Jim adventure set where it came with like a riverboat and a crocodile, and that was really cool. I loved that crocodile.
Yeah. And and we just got to pay homage to the beasts that came with the G.I. Joe figures. There were so many cool ones.
Well, the new Mutton Junkyard, I don't know if you guys have seen that while you've been out, if you've been shopping for toys. I love that Junkyard comes with an alternate head that's just that goofy Rottweiler tongue sticking out of its mouth.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's cool. The Ace is saying the other one's the original Tiger King for sure.
That's right.
I don't know the name of this character, but
Naugahyde.
Naugahyde,
yeah, Naugahyde.
I do remember seeing him on the shelf.
Him and Pork Belly there, and the new one is not only coming with Pork Belly, but he'll have what's the name of the monkey? Somebody in the chat help me out. I think it's named Zabu, but I might just be going crazy because do you guys see the new Build-A-Figure from Marvel that got announced?
No.
New Build-A-Figure wave. They're finally reissuing Kazar, and the Build-A-Figure for the wave is Zabu, his tiger.
Oh, cool.
Which, like, when I saw the X-Men cartoon in the 90s, that was my first introduction to Kazar. And to me, he just seemed like a savage He-Man with Battle Cap because he had this saber-toothed tiger. Now I want a whole Build-A-Figure wave just so I can have King Grayskull have a saber-toothed Battle Cat.
Hey, we didn't we didn't say hello to Graf. Welcome, Graf. Good to have
Bobby's
you back.
got to do it. Bobby's got to do it.
Graf.
There
That's
it
right.
is.
All right, then the last year. Yeah, it has been a while, Graf. Good to have you back. And then the last GI Joe of these slides is this one.
Raptor.
Cool
See, I know all the ones that came with pets.
Yeah, I can tell that's where your interest lies.
It's the critters, creatures, and beasts, man. It's you know.
Oh my.
Thank you, Bobby.
And Thanos Graf is also a beast. Yes. And I had to throw this in. Just an excuse to show this one, which
Hey.
Yes.
That looks like a high school yearbook picture or something.
I know, right? Hi. See you next year. Have a great
during
summer.
study hall.
Study hall was a blast.
Well, I mean, it would have been great with a little Spike and Mohawk running around. Give us an arachnid.
Yeah. Again, look at this. Speaking moistly. Gizmo's a creature. We've had this discussion already. Speaking moistly.
Yeah.
So then, what is Stripe? And then, what's a Mogwai versus a Gremlin? Does a creature become a beast, or does a beast become a creature?
Well, see, critters and creatures can be interchangeable, but if you want to go through that sizing scale that beast gets, I would say critters are the small ones, creatures are like the medium size, and then beast are your extra larges.
Well, this guy lives in an extra large chamber in my heart. So that's why my enlarged heart loves this action figure that LJN came out with. That's
the vintage one.
That's the vintage.
This is
for
the vintage
sure. It's got the rooted hair.
My friend had that.
Yeah.
That
it's such a cool toy.
Tall,
He had one of those. Yeah.
That's another thing I keep looking at on eBay every once in a while. I'm like, I just don't have $750. I don't have.
Honestly, it's why I don't mind the NECA ones. But there was nothing cooler than seeing Stripe with his freaking white hair.
Yeah, it was so cool. I mean,
only pay for it what it's worth to you.
That's right. And look, the dialogue is still happening. Yes, thank you, Vine Jungle Figure Factory. It really is. It was an amazing toy when it came out. It's right up there with the Kraken for me.
And Big Chap. Big Chap was another big one.
For me. Oh yeah, the Kenner Big Chap.
Yeah, the 18-inch alien.
Incredible.
Whoever watched that movie and said, "Yeah, let's sell it to kids," but whatever.
Yeah, my friend had a friend that had that too.
Oh man, I used to.
Yeah, he had that, and he had the Godzilla, and he had the Rodan too. Those old figures.
Oh man,
yeah.
There's a comic book shop that just had the Big Chap sitting on the back shelf. That was where I saw it. I saw it in old comic book ads, and then I saw it on the shelf in this comic shop. And every time I went in there, I wanted it because at the time it was the only alien toy.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, and then finally. My dream came true, and Kenner put out a whole bunch of them, which I now own all of. So
yeah, I used to get those. Yeah, because I worked at Toys R Us at that time.
They were good ones, Bobby. They were great.
I know. I had them. Yeah, I had the. I really liked the Scorpion Alien and the.
Yes. The Scorpion Alien for me was my favorite because it looked the most like it did in the movie.
Because I have that like Adam. We have that thing where it's like it has to be kind of accurate.
Right. I mean, the Gorilla Alien was probably the second closest out of the original figures. Right. I mean, they explained it off in the comic book, like the face huggers were attaching to different animals, and that's why they were coming out all weird. But I up until the Alien versus Predator 2-pack came out, where they had the movie accurate looking one.
Yeah.
Like that Scorpion Alien to me was like my favorite warrior.
Yeah, I had that too, and I sold those.
I wonder if I bought some of yours. When did you sell them?
No, I know it wasn't to you. I know the person that bought them.
Yeah, now Connor has the full collection. Technically, it's his. It's not technically mine. He's just missing the vehicles. I need to go back and get those.
Ace is asking, no love or highlights tonight for any Kaiju. Well, we had one actually. Here we go.
We talked about Godzilla a little bit.
Honestly, that's a whole nother episode.
That has to be that's going to be the Frenzy episode because
we can because I know a lot about Godzilla. I have all the films.
Yeah, huge Godzilla fan. We'll have to do the Frenzy just about it coming up.
And the beastiest of beasties.
And now the beastiest of beasties.
It better not be a photo of me. I'll kill you.
There
it is.
There it is. There it is.
Nice.
I wanted to pick an image where none of us were smiling and we all looked like we were doing something else.
Wait, you mean we're not supposed to do other stuff while we're live streaming? Oh man.
Look at me. It's like right now I'm looking straight forward.
I know. Bobby's always at salute. Like ready to.
I have
ready
to sit like that because my back hurts, and that's
I'm
keep it straight. It's like
that's
why you see me. That's why I'm always having cross arm because it keeps my back straight.
I get it.
Yeah,
it's important.
Well, look, that worked out well, Adam. We got through all the beasts by the time you had to head out. So that worked out good.
Well, it was fun. It was good topic, even though we didn't do Bobby's idea. Maybe next week we'll do that.
Next week we will. I'm sure there's plenty of Filmation clips that we can grab for that one.
Actually, there are a lot.
There are a lot. Yeah. If you were a young boy watching that show, which we all were, you know very well how many the abundance of.
We'll just do Bobby's favorite new movie, Fire and Ice.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that whole movie there. Yeah, I just watched that.
It's so good.
Time. It's okay.
I was shocked, Bobby. I thought we had talked about that before. Oh man.
Yeah. I've never seen it before. I saw Wizards. I used to own Wizards.
Yeah.
I think it was on VHS tape.
That's probably what it was then, because
I never saw Fire and Ice.
Okay.
Before.
Hey, Kenzo's here. Great to see you, Kenzo.
Kenny, good to see you, brother.
Great to see you, Joe. Thanks for popping
Joe
in.
here.
You guys. All right, I'm gonna head out, guys.
All right, have a good
All
one.
right, Adam.
Good to see you.
Take care, brother.
Have a good night.
Fun talk. Well. So, I guess people are getting the Dark Wolf figure. Oh yeah, Adam got his already, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh. Who's the guy in the top corner?
Just the infinite nothingness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's great that you popped in, Oz. Thank you for joining us. It's really cool to have you.
Yeah. Well, it's mostly a work thing. Like I just get drained so much. I've not had energy to be doing lives or anything like that. So I've been taking some time off, but I've been putting it to good use, as you all saw.
Yeah, that's great. And you also created end credits for us too, which we'll get to premiere tonight.
Yeah, that opening was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I love the new intro.
Yeah, we played it twice.
Yeah, we played it twice.
I wasn't sure if I should just drop it as a surprise or actually show it to you guys. And I was like, nah, screw it. Let me go in there and I'll give them no choice. I'll remove the old intro and I'll pop this one in. And if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't.
Well, the old intro is still there on my end.
I was going to say, I got it saved. Believe me. It's
good.
Just great, in case.
We thought when you sent me that message, it sounded to me like in the message that all we had to do was push play or push live and it would begin. But
I wish I was that savvy.
It didn't. So we had like 2 seconds of us going, well, and then we just hit play on it, and it was,
luckily I had my finger on the button just in case.
Yeah, it worked out well. Good. Duchess is here. Great to see you, Duchess.
Hey,
Duchess. Hey, good to see everybody.
Yeah.
I miss you guys just as much. Believe me, I do. I know we all we're in our chats all the time and everything, but it's just lately I just have not had the energy to come do this stuff. But nothing gets me more pumped and energized. I was actually laying down to go to sleep, and it was listening to you guys and talking about the beasts and everything, and I was like, oh man, yeah, these are some good ones here. The Kraken. And I was just like, oh man, kind of want to get in on this, and I was itching, and then not knowing what to classify things, I was like, all right, let me go in there. Clearly my expertise is needed.
Well, I'm glad you did. I was feeling really nervous. I was
you
really
got cornered there.
I got cornered, and I was about to be shunned. I felt like I was starting to sweat. I was like, uh-oh, I'm going down to the dungeon here. Yeah. Blind Jungle Figure Factory, lives are draining. They certainly can. They are. If you do, and also, doing a lot of them certainly is draining. It's really one of the main reasons why I can only do one week, or two a week. And if I ever do a second one, like when I do the weekly weirdos, they're short. I have like 30 minutes at the most.
Just for me, this is my escape from that real world stuff.
Yeah,
so I really enjoy doing these. I enjoy hanging out with you guys and talking about the stuff that we love and we're passionate about. And that's like great for me. But being an introvert and not really liking to socialize too much, like it takes a lot of energy for me to do my job all day.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the day, it's like, I want nothing to do with people at all.
I completely understand.
I completely understand that too. And I think these kind of things are fun. I mean, Toy Frenzy episodes are fun for me because it gives me a chance to pal around with my.
And we don't take it too damn serious, we
God, I hope we don't.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
pretty easy. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, where I can't just take off of work for as much time as I like to recharge the batteries, but I can take off from doing stuff like the lives. But I know you guys have been keeping Toy Frenzy going because I've been watching the replays, and I know that Aaron and the other guys been doing a great job with continuing the clubhouse while I've been going for Saturdays. So I had enough to come on and talk about some beasts.
I mean, honestly, mental health and well-being and family always should come first. Like that's just the way it should be. This other stuff, it can wait, So, I get it. Speaking of waiting, all right. So I've decided we've received one submission. One submission, folks. So I'm extending the deadline to tomorrow night.
Well, the person that entered is like, no, don't.
I am. I know. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get more than
nobody after tonight is going to be doing the Eternia petting zoo with the shadow beasts and
yes. So your mental health is top. It always should be. Yes, absolutely.
Always.
And A said, thank God the deadline is extended. It's only extended until tomorrow night at midnight, whatever your time is, midnight. It's because we got people from other parts of the world and in different time zones. So whatever midnight is for you
noon tomorrow
on the 23rd.
I think so.
No, the deadline is the 23rd. It was the 22nd.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be today. We're announcing the winner on the 29th.
Yeah, next week.
So that's the next Thursday. And I just want to let you all know, remind you all that you don't have to draw pictures for this. In fact, the submission received was a really cool description of everything that their Eternia land would be. And so, by the way, I read it, and the competition is going to be intense. If you meet what this person got, what this person accomplished, then it's going to be
you just
an intense.
Put that out there.
I know. I had to.
So now you're going to make them all like, well, fuck it, I can't do it. I'm not going to be able to beat whatever that person.
You're
come on.
Again, it's not about the quality. It's not about the artistry. It's mainly about the ideas.
It's the idea.
There's some cool ideas. There were some cool ideas in the submission we got. That doesn't mean your ideas are not going to be better. So definitely submit.
Just think like all the old play sets, right? Like if you grouped all the old play sets between, well, I mean, it might be a little weird having Snake Mountain and Fright Zone as a theme park attraction, but think Haunted Mansion, right?
Right. Yeah.
Slime Pit, all the Princess of Power play sets too, like the Misty Falls, stuff like that. I mean, come on, folks, Eternia Land.
Yeah. So Ace is saying, I did say the 26th accidentally on my Instagram live. Okay. I make mistakes. Apologies for that. But I was thinking that I said it correctly, but I probably said it incorrectly. If people are noticing that, but that we've been saying the 23rd, we said the 23rd on the previous episode of the second to last episode of Toy Frenzy. So we've been pushing this for quite a while. So if I said it on
since January,
since January. So again, this should be fun. It's if you send in your submission, we'll consider it.
I'm just really excited because I want to see the theme park made out of mac and cheese here. Right? Like, I need to see these submissions.
I need to see that. And speaking moistly, I forgot about the contest. Too busy for work. With work, of course.
We got
to make that money. And also, this contest is not the most important thing in the world, but we're excited to see what you come up with.
Yeah.
I've got a big packet of posters here that's going to go to the winner. And Vine Jungle Figure Factory, I build haunted houses for a living, so I'm in. Good. Let's see it. I can't wait to see.
That's a job with socializing I could do. Let me just scare the shit out of people for a living. Oh. Dream jobs.
This is great, Ace. That's perfect. You've absolutely don't drag your feet. Your ideas matter, and whatever you're coming up with, we're excited to see it. Sorry for stirring the pot tonight. It's unintentional. I know, man. Ace, you're making me sweat over here.
Look. You stirred the pot. You got me involved. You
got Oz. You
pulled me into the mix.
You brought Oz literally out of the shadows.
That's right. I'm just sitting back laughing at everybody.
Vine Jungle Figure Factory is enjoying seeing me sweat. So it's working, Ace. You're creating good content. So the email is here, skele.vad.or@gmail.com. In fact, that email is always available. If you ever have ideas for the show, or if you ever have new information to share, if you have questions about anything like the builds that I'm doing, you're welcome to send emails. And so that's there. But you can send your submissions. Make sure you turn your Eternia Land in by deadline midnight tomorrow night, the 23rd. It's no longer the 22nd, and it was apologies. It was not the 26th. But the deadline is the 29th. That's a lot of numbers to remember. Of course, I'm going to mess that up.
Deadline is the 23rd, not the 29th, folks. Deadline is the 23rd.
The reveal is the 29th. Thank you, Oz. We're announcing the winner on the 29th. If any of you tuned in and you heard that one mistake, make sure you call me out on that next week. So yeah, the of 2024.
Actually, it was 1998. Sorry, you all missed it all. Still submit your submissions, though, please.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't
It's
be
like an old
surprised if I
commercial back
said,
then.
yeah, exactly.
You're doing the mail away because you finally collected enough pizza points or flag points from whatever card.
It's like when
Yeah.
you're watching like those old reruns of Price is Right or something, and it has like the contest thing. It says, "Do not enter because this is an old broadcast" or something.
I love that stuff. I'd actually love to go around collect like a whole bunch of like those old vintage UPCs and do a mail away offer and see if they respond with anything.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So so definitely submit if you're interested. If you're not interested, then don't. That's how it works, right? But we're really excited to see what you
let's just get to March and let's go.
Hit the what?
I said let's just get to March and we can start over.
Yeah, we'll start over again. All right, so I'm going to take that off the screen. Right, everybody, take your screenshots now, and that has the good information. All right. Kenzo, I just sent in for my King Randor figure. You think I might get it?
There's a good shot. You might get it. Good shot. They just started reissuing those fan favorite King Randors.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, mail away for it. Maybe they'll send you one of the new figures, all 30 years late, 40 years late.
I did mail away when I was a kid. I mailed away for that Emperor, and I got one in the box. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah. That's rad.
I think the Star Wars ones always had the best mail aways.
Yeah. I remember getting the little white box. It was,
Yeah.
I was disappointed because I wanted the whole package. I'm sorry.
Right. You wanted the full card and it was just a little white box with the plastic. Yeah. Right. They did the same thing in the 90s with the Power of the Force, and you got the Biff Band guys.
Yeah.
And you only got one.
I got the Obi-Wan, the ghost Obi-Wan like that.
Oh yeah.
And I got the Han Solo Stormtrooper outfit like that.
Yeah. Wasn't Anakin part of one of the vintage mailaways?
Yes.
Ghost Anakin. That was the only way you could get the Sebastian Shaw figure for the vintage line.
Well, I got him I got him in the tri-card.
Oh, the 3-pack?
No, the trilingual.
Oh, okay. You got the overseas one.
I have him actually on card, the vintage.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that was hard to get because that was
it ain't junk.
Forward release.
Well, I got that one. That's like I said, 1992, 93. I think I bought that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when things were affordable back then.
Yep. That's true.
Yeah, they were. I remember there was this stand at the mall that had a whole bunch of them. You can pick them up like $2-3 a figure kind of thing. Of course, I didn't have no money as a kid, and I wanted them all. And then it was just a couple years later, the Power of the Force 2 came out, and I was like, "Yay, new Star Wars!"
Yeah. I love to unload all mine if I could.
Don't unload all that. You got a museum.
No, not the vintage ones. I'm talking the Power of the Force 2.
Oh yeah.
But you just box them up and send them to me. They're going for like $5 or something. Actually, I need some Boba Fett ones.
Yeah,
I need all the Power of the Force 2 Boba Fetts for something we got coming up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting to that time where we talk about what do we have coming up. Oz, if you're still on sabbatical, is there anything coming up for you that fits into the sabbatical realm?
No.
That's a good answer. That means you're enjoying your sabbatical and you're taking advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just working on a lot of stuff that I kept putting to the back burner, and would never have the energy to do. So I've been finally getting around to do it. As you see, finally got us the new intro for the show, got us some new credits to roll. So yeah, definitely been working on that. I've also got a lot of other projects that are going to be coming up. A lot of it's geared towards Mythic Legions, so that's going to be coming up. I actually spoke with Jeremy Gerard, so that'll be really neat coming out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So you have been busy. That's awesome.
Yep. Doing what I can.
Yeah. How about you, Bobby?
I have to get off my ass and get Decker started up again.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it, and I got to get that story to you so you can do, because that has to go first before the next series. And but I just gotta start. I'm gonna try my hardest to get that written this weekend to get started. Because if I don't, I'm not gonna do it. So I gotta get moving on that.
Yeah, well, we're all waiting, not to put pressure, but we're all excited.
I hope so.
You get it done when you get it done, man.
Exactly.
No, I know that, but if I don't do it soon, it's gonna be like not gonna happen, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
Hell, I had the thumbnail made in January.
And you also can't force it, you just gotta
Well, I'm not
let
forcing
it.
I already have the story,
Yeah.
It's just like I said with the COVID thing and the brain fog and all that. It's
rough.
Haven't gotten to it. Now work is getting calmer now too, so I think I could start easing off on certain things.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it'll happen soon. I'm hoping mid-March for you to have your episode like done and produced. Hopefully,
that's awesome.
If you have time to record it,
I'll make time for you. You.
Oh, baby.
I'll do anything for you, Bobby.
Oh, jeez. don't say that too loud.
Well, I'm building Snake Mountain, and I'm excited about where it's headed. And it's really, if you're watching that and you've watched other Snake Mountain builds on my channel, you know that this one's a little different. It's got some interesting new aspects to it. So, I'm getting pretty excited about where it's headed. I've got some other projects sort of brewing. And I'm also excited, to read everybody's Eternia Land submissions. So turn those in tomorrow night, and then we're gonna be getting together somehow. We'll probably just share images and the documents with each other. We're all gonna take part. All 5 of us are gonna take part in deciding on the winners. So yeah, I've got a busy weekend ahead with Snake Mountain, but I'm excited to sit down and spend time with those submissions. But aside from that and flubbing on the dates and messing up the beast terminology, I'm just want to say, like, tonight's episode was a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. And Oz, I'm really excited that you were able to stop by and rejoin us. It felt like old times, even though it's only been 2 weeks. But yeah. And everybody watching, we appreciate you all, and thanks so much for being here and joining in on the chat. And we welcome all that critique. Like, I can't tell you how much joy it gives me for you to call me out on stuff. Seriously, like that makes the conversation engaging and fun. So
yes,
thank you all for that.
It's an educational program, folks. We need to be educated. Right. Teach us.
We're all learning here.
Learning.
Anyways, and I just have one more announcement, and that is